Shalom, shalom to Brother Kadash.
Shalom to Brother Kadash.
I want to start off by giving all praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders. Peace, blessings, and honor to all the brothers in the truth. This camp, we came up with a title. It's called Close That Door. You know what I mean. If you in the truth, then you already know what I mean when that door get closed. This is a good camp because I'm back on YouTube now. So last week I was off YouTube, so I'm going to be uploading a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? A couple of camps and stuff like that. We had the, what to do, MAGA, Make America Great Again, dude, came on last weekend. That was a cool camp. That was pretty cool. So shit, we came up with a title called Close That Door. You know what I mean? Because that's the warning, and that's one of the biggest warnings that's going on right now. It's like the Lord about to get ready and close that door. I mean, in Revelation chapter 7, it says the angels are holding back the destruction until the elect be sealed. But what happens when the elect get sealed? Then that door get closed. That's why we keep saying you got to get it right now. It all ties into it. Even with the famine of the word, you got to get it right now, man. Y'all just on the edge and see us down here, but y'all playing around. Y'all kind of want to come down here. Y'all kind of want to be Hebrew Israelites on the internet, but y'all don't want to be Hebrew Israelites in real life. Y'all got to get y'all shit together, man, because that door about to close, man. You got to go ahead and make that move right now and come out here and do the work if you want to be a part of the elect, or you're going to be caught out there. You know what I mean? So the Lord is watching us closely right now, you know, to see who the elect is going to be. Oh, no, no. We don't have no knife with us. We have no knife. But yeah, man. And you see that. You see when, like, the Apostle Tahar named this year the year of turning up. You see things starting to turn up. You know what I mean? But our people, you know what I don't get, bro?
Sure.
It's like our people have to go through hell in order to change. Like, even the little things that's happening right now, it's not enough. Our people still out here partying, still out here kicking it, still out here. Only thing they wear, not saying that it's against the law to do these things, but the only thing our people are worried about is vacation, going to work, getting a nice outfit, and going to the club. Still, even with everything that's happening around the world. The war in Ukraine, our people ain't even worried about that.
No.
They don't even think twice about that, like something like that could happen here. They don't even think the end is coming. They just focus on what they focus on.
Yeah, because you know for one, they underestimate the Lord, and they think that this all gonna go over. They don't see it getting worse.
And then every now and then you will see them on social media crying because they lost love. Oh man, I just be understanding from the Lord, like, why is this happening? I don't know why this happened. I'm just so lost for words. This person didn't deserve that. I just need understanding from the Lord. What is going on? Or you will see a female, she'll be on there and she'll be like, I didn't try to do everything right, and I just still can't succeed. I don't know why. The question is are you doing your creation role, what you were created for? Are you doing that? You know what I mean? You may think you're doing everything right. You're doing everything by the book, but you still eat pork. But you still eating pork, you know what I mean? You still doing adultery, you know what I mean? You still being wicked out here. You still smoking. You think that you're doing everything to the book, though. Handling your business, paying your bills on time, and all that stuff. Man.
You see that joint coming, man.
When that wind come in, man, that's what's getting us.
Stand up a little bit to try to be on alert.
I'm a
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna just stand up a little closer.
Hey, Salaki, I'm put my Bible in there. I'm gonna go off my phone. Yeah, my Bible got more weight to hold it down. I'm gonna just go off my phone. I'm gonna have to. It's too windy. I'll have to come out next week with something heavy. Okay, yeah. But yeah, though, you know, so just going back into it, you know, then when something tragedy happen to an individual, then they want to start questioning and want to get close to the Lord. You hear these people mock us all the time. They don't say nothing good about us. They don't say nothing good about the Lord's people, the Lord's word. They don't read the Bible. They against the Bible. They believe that God is a woman, all these things, but then as soon as something real happens, they lose a loved one, then they want to get close to the Lord, man. And that's what we saying, close that door. That door about to close here pretty soon. We gonna love when that door closes. We hope that we make it, you know what I mean, before the door closed. But that's what needs to happen to wake our people up. Because, like I said, individual things can happen to a person to get a person to kind of wake up. But we need the masses, though. We need a event. And that's coming very soon. We see it forming. That's coming very soon. So we're going to start here.
This is Luke 13, verse 24. Strive to enter in the straight gate. For many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in and shall not be able.
So it's saying strive to enter in the straight gate. There's only one way into this, man. You can't trick the Lord. You know, you can't trick your way into the truth and just stumble. You gotta come in a straight way, man. This is very important, because some brothers think that they could just be on social media and be Hebrew Israelites on social media. Internet Hebrew Israelites, you know what I mean? But you can't do that. You gotta do the same work that all of us do. And you say, well, why do I gotta go on the highways and byways and teach? Well, that's the same thing that we do, and that's the same thing that the prophets of old did. So the same way we got examples of them being men of the Lord, we know that those are men of the Lord, and they're gonna inherit the kingdom. Then it's simple. They lay the blueprint out for us. We do the exact same thing we seen them do. We do the exact same thing we see Yahweh Shai, which is go out there and feed the sheep. Like he said, feed my sheep. You know, so we do the exact same thing. We got the blueprint in front of us. It's the Bible. So that's the straight gate. You gotta bear your cross the same way Paul did. You gotta bear your cross the same way Peter did. John, Matthew, you know, the Lord, Yahweh Shai. All the way going back to Moses, man. Moses, Zephaniah, Amos. I mean, all of them. You know what I mean? Zechariah. I mean, y'all know it. Isaiah, Daniel. What was Daniel doing? He was being a man of the Lord. He was prophesying. What was Ezekiel doing? He was prophesying. What was Jeremiah doing? He was prophesying. So we out here doing the exact same thing we seen them do. That's all. Because that's the straight gate. That's the way to the kingdom, man. Now, run that back. That verse.
Luke 13, verse 24. Strive to enter in at the straight gate. For many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in and shall not be able.
So many people are going to seek to be saved by the Lord, man, to have this kingdom, but they're not going to be able because they don't follow the Lord. They don't even read the Bible or know how to follow the Lord. You got to open the Bible up, you know. So a lot of people are going to seek to enter, you know, and they're not going. Here, let me see if I can find this precept. Quick precept. This precept right here explains it perfect, man. Many people are going to seek. It says many, but we're not able. So who's going to be able? This is Isaiah chapter 10, and I'm going to start at verse 20. It says, it should come to pass in the day that a remnant of Israel. What's a remnant? A remnant is like a small portion. Not all people are going to be able to get saved by the Lord or inherit the kingdom. Even amongst Israel, not all people are going to get to be able to inherit. It says a remnant of Israel. It says, as such or as a state of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. You have to follow the Lord in truth. You can't make up your own doctrines. You can't say that the woman is God. You can't. That's not in the Bible. You got to do it in truth, and the truth is based on what? The Bible. It says, a remnant shall return, even a remnant of Jacob, into the mighty God. Only a remnant, man. It says, for though thy people Israel be as the sands of the sea. Right? There's a lot of us, right? It says, yet a remnant of them shall return, and the consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. So it's saying, even though we be like the sands of the sea, there's many grains in the sands, right? A lot. It says only a remnant is going to make it. Only a remnant is going to return. Now, that brings me to here. Let me go to. This is Zechariah 13. Here, let me fix my thing real quick. Y'all gotta bear with us, you know. You're doing the work of the Lord. It be like that. Zechariah 7:7-9. It says, awake, O sword, against my shepherd and against the man that is my fellow. Say the Lord of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep should be scattered, and I will turn my hand upon the little ones. And it should come to pass that in all the land, say the Lord, 2 parts therein should be cut off and die, but the third should be left therein. What's that? That's 2/3. 2/3 of our people, our fellows, right? Our people are going to be cut off and die because they're not going to want to follow the Lord. The same generation during the time when the Lord walked. You had Israelites following the Lord, you had Israelites not following the Lord. It says, and it should come to pass. No, it says, and I will bring the third part, the 1/3, right? So a majority of our people going to be cut off. Now it says, I will bring the third part to fire and refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They should call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they should say, the Lord is my God. That's a remnant. Only 1/3. That's a minority. A remnant of Israel is going to be saved. That's it. You know, finish.
Verse 25. When once the master of the house is risen up, and have shut to the door, and ye begin to stand without, and to knock at the door, saying, Lord, Lord, open unto us. And he shall answer and say unto you, I know not whence ye are.
Man, that's scary right there. I don't know. That's scary right there. I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to. You start knocking on that door, and the Lord answer and say, He know you not. Get back, man. You're not getting in no chariot, man.
Let me cook on that. Okay. And the reason, right there's a inevitable reason why the Lord will do that to you, right? Because you know He loves all His people, right? But leading up until that time, He's asking His people to do a certain thing for Him, right? And that's to come into His ways, right? And so now, like he was just saying, there's a remnant that's going to follow, and there's a portion that's not. Now, the remnant is the only people that the Lord's going to hear in those harsh times. And so when we knock, or hopefully it be us, but you know, when the remnant knock and the Lord answering to us, everybody else that wasn't following His ways back then, is going to be on the outside looking in, and they're going to want in. But He's not going to let them in. And that's gonna be critical.
Get that Zephaniah. I preach up. This is Zephaniah 2, just like the brother was saying. Because the Lord is telling us to do these things right now. He's warning us, but some of us is hearing. Like me and this brother, we hearing it. And we say, okay, the Lord is telling us what to do. He gave us the blueprint in the Bible. Go do it. Go do the works. He's telling us how to get salvation in the Bible. So we hearing it, but then and then it's a lot of people like the last 4 verses. Then it's a lot of people that's not hearing it. You know what I mean? They getting the same thing we get. They came across a Hebrew Israelite video. They got woke up to the truth, but they refusing it. You know. So this is Zephaniah chapter 2. It says, "Gather yourself together, gather together, O nation not desired." The Israelites, right? It says, "Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass of the chef, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought His judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger." And that's that remnant that's going to be saved. That's going to have the doors open to them. They're going to be hid from the Lord's anger in the day of the Lord, right? But it's telling you, it says, seek ye the Lord. So how do you seek the Lord? You just go off your own heart? You just make up a doctrine? No, you seek the Lord by getting in His Bible. You wouldn't even know nothing about a God or a Lord if it wasn't for the Bible. Honestly, if it wasn't for the Bible, you people, most of these Christians and Catholics, or people that had Christians and Catholics in their family, their great-grandma or something like that, running around saying, I believe in God, but I believe it's a woman. The only reason why you know the concept of a God is because of the Bible. So why not get in the Bible and understand and break it down and learn it? You know what I mean? And it says, look, seek ye the Lord. This is how you seek the Lord, by following His law, statutes, and commandments, His ways. You can't just follow your own way and make it up, man. That's not seeking the Lord. You're going to be left out there, man. Yep. Got that? Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to start at verse 4. Zechariah 7, verse 10. "And oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, the stranger, nor the poor, and let none of you imagine evil against a brother in your heart. But they refused to hearken, and pulled away the shoulder, and stopped their ears, that they should not hear."
And really, that just go back to the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what the law, statutes, and commandments, most of them is about. How to deal with each other, how brothers supposed to do. And that's what we missing the biggest. especially in the black community, we don't know how to deal with each other. We look at each other as ops. We against each other. We missing that structure. But the Bible gives us that structure. It tells us how to deal with each other, how to love each other, how to be one people and a unit. That's what we struggle when we together. You know what I mean? Now it says, look, they refuse to hear. Like we were saying, keep going.
Verse 12. Yeah, they made their hearts as an adamant stone.
That means impenetrable stone, an unbreakable stone.
Right.
Hard.
Lest they should hear the law and the words of the Lord of hosts, who hath sent in his spirit by the former prophets.
Right, so they closed their hearts and their ears. They didn't want to hear the truth. They didn't want to hear us on the highways about. He said about the former prophets. Right. So those former prophets is reincarnated today as us, hopefully, the hopeful elect, right? And we saying the same thing the former prophets. You know what I'm saying? Because what are we doing? We reading out the Bible. We reading their words. For exactly, we reading their words straight out the Bible to explain it to you and break it down, just like the former prophets did. But they don't want to hear it. They refuse. They close their ears up and they say, "Look, man, I don't want to hear that shit. Are you a Hebrew Israelite? I know, bro. That shit cool, but I just can't get out here. It's just not for me. Man. I'm with this thug life. It just ain't for me." But then, as soon as some tragedy happened to them, then they wanna, man, I need to holler at you. What was you saying about? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had a brother the other day who was trying to tell me that he knows the Bible, right? Because he was cooking, and I asked him what he was cooking, and he was making cabbage, but he had pork sausages in it. And I told him, "Oh yeah, you going off?" He was like, "Oh man, no," but he know I'm in the Bible, right? So he immediately jumped on the fence, like, "Oh man, don't start with that Bible stuff with me." I'm like, "No, I'm just trying to tell you, we ain't." But his pops is a pastor. Right, and I was like, "Your pop's a pastor. You should know that." And he was like, "I do know the Bible. It don't say we can't eat pork in the Bible." And I went straight to the scripture for him, and then he still went trying to hear
Pork chop eating pastors, man.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. You see, and that's why that's the Lord calling out to him. He didn't even understand through this. Look, the Lord not gonna come down. Very rarely in the Bible did the Lord come down and actually speak to a man and say, "Don't do this, don't do that." You know what I mean? He gonna send another man to you. That's how the Lord works. Right. You know what I mean? So he didn't even understand that the Lord was talking to him through him. Right. And me and him, we be having to understand that with each other sometimes when we giving each other advice. Like, bro, you might be looking at it like it's just me, but we don't know, but this could be the Lord speaking to me right quick to get you this advice. Yeah.
And that's what I'll be talking about.
Yeah. And he didn't even understand that the Lord was actually speaking through this brother, telling him, look, giving him, and that's the Lord giving you a warning. So he can't say that he innocent. He can't say that he innocent, man. Whoever perished be innocent. Exactly. Because the Lord just told you through him, he just told you, look, you going off. So that's the Lord reaching his hand out to give him a chance. And he shitted on the Lord. He shitted on him. He said, look, because we ain't making this up, man. We ain't writing these words, bro. We reading it. So when he read it out the Bible to you, then he got in the Lord's Bible and read it out to you. Look, you ain't supposed to be eating swine's flesh. That's a sin. Leviticus 11. You ain't supposed to be eating swine's flesh. You see what I'm saying? So then he still shitted on it. You know what I mean? He said, look, I don't want to hear that, man. He said, I know it, but I ain't going to follow it. He probably continued to eat and warm up his pork and eat it. Yeah. So that was the Lord reaching his hand out to him. He shitted on it. So what's going to happen? Keep going.
Prophet, okay. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts. Verse 13. Therefore it is come to pass that as he cried and they would not hear, so they cried and I would not hear, saith the Lord of hosts.
So is the Lord going to cry? You going to hear a crying noise out the sky? The Lord crying, I just hope y'all repent. No. How is the Lord crying? He just said in the former verse, by the way of his prophets. Exactly. He's crying out by his prophets. So this brother telling him, look, man, look, you can't, you going off. That's the Lord crying to him. But he shitted on it. So the Lord said, as when they cry, the Lord ain't going to hear it. That's the same thing. That's why we named it Close That Door. Because the Lord going to close that door. He ain't going to want to hear it. He's going to slam the door. The door's still open. It's cracked open. It's the light getting dimmer and dimmer, man. The Lord about to get ready and close it. He's just letting us in it. You know what I mean? Until he let me still, then the Lord gonna slam shut it, and he gonna bolt the door closed, and then that's it. Just like during the time of Noah, when Noah built the ark, for the great flood. Yeah. The Lord said he closed them inside of it. Exactly. So the Lord sealed the door of the ark and closed Noah inside it. And when he did, guess what? Wasn't nobody else getting in it. It was only Noah, his 3 sons, and all their wives, 8 souls. Nobody else was getting in that ark when the Lord closed the door, it's still the victory.
Can I say something? Yeah, because I want to say it's in the book of Matthew. I'm not really for sure what chapter, but he say, ask of him and you shall receive it. But that's twofold. You know what I mean? Because he asking of you and he expect of you, just like if you ask him, you expect him to come through. You know what I'm saying? And so when he asks of you, like he said, he's not coming directly to us, right? He's not speaking directly to us, but he's speaking to us through his prophets, right? But that's still him asking. You know what I mean? And he asks to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. So if you're not doing it, then in the time of your need, he's not going to do it either.
Yep. Finish off on that. I got a great precept to go with that.
Okay, verse 14. But I scattered from with a whirlwind among all the nations whom they knew not. Thus the land was desolate after them, that no man passed through nor returned, for they laid the pleasant land desolate.
And that's just a precept that we've been scattered and the Lord is coming to get us. It's not that all people can be saved, it's that the Israelites, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, that been scattered amongst all people could be saved. This is Matthew 25, a great precept to go with what he said. Starting at verse 31, it says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory and all the holy angels with him, because they going to war, then shall he sit upon the throne of glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, and the goats on his left hand. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. I know personally them the words that I want to hear. It says, for I was a hungry, he gave me meat, like the brother said. You want the Lord, anything you ask of me, you can get. You want the Lord to give you that, but when the Lord asks of you something, you don't want to give it to him. So he said, look, when I was hungry, he gave me meat. When I was thirsty, he gave me drink. When I was a stranger, he took me in. Naked, and he clothed me. I was sick, and he visited me. I was in prison, and he came into me. So we doing all those things spiritually for the Lord right now. So the Lord gonna do all those things for us. It says, then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when shall we thee a hunger and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw thee a stranger and took thee in, naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came into thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, as much as ye had done unto the least of these brethren, ye had done unto me. And that's what brothers don't understand. You doing the work for your brother is you doing the work for the Lord, because it goes back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord. Your brother trying to give you advice, you're going off in that part. That's the Lord doing that through them. And he's gonna get credit for doing that work. The spiritual bait, Matthew chapter 6. That's building up that spiritual bait. It works, man.
Yeah, it goes back to Ezekiel 33.
Yep.
You know, we supposed to wash the blood off our hands.
Yep.
You know, we're supposed to give warning to let them, just to say that we did give warning, you know what I mean? So you just can't deny that.
That's E right there. That's the watchman. Being a watchman, Ezekiel 33, Ezekiel 3. You being a watchman. So you watching over him, you telling him like, look, bro, you eat that pork, you could possibly be, judged for it. And destruction's gonna come your way if you don't follow the Lord, man. That's giving him that warning. So now you wash that blood off your hand. So now you just let him eat it. If he eat it, you can't go fight him and take the pork. No, you don't even let you eat the pork no more, man. No, you just say, look, I gave him a warning, it's off my hands. When the Lord judge him, guess what we gonna say? We just gonna pray the Lord have mercy. That's it.
And a lot of times brothers be knowing they just don't care. You know what I'm saying? So he probably, his dad a pastor. You know what I'm saying? So he knew. He just didn't care. And so he just,
Well, the pastors, they don't care. Yeah. They teach their congregation that you can do whatever you want to do, but just come to church on Sunday and repent for it. And then go back out there and sin again. Come to church.
Get baptized in some dirty water.
Dirty water and say they already saved. You ain't saved until you get in that door. When the Lord saves you physically, you not saved.
Until you get in that door.
Get water dumped on you don't mean you saved, bro. You got Edomites that get water dumped on them. Yeah. They gonna be saved? No.
And they don't even say that in the scriptures, my bad. It don't even say in the scriptures, that's the way of baptism.
Yeah, I'll get that real quick.
I want to say it's like
this Matthew 3. Yeah, I want to say it's Matthew might not be Matthew 3. Let me see if I can find it. I thought it was in Matthew's, but I see it in John. Matthew's 3, verse 11. It says, I indeed baptize you with water into repentance. Matthew's 3, verse 11. It says, but he that cometh after me is mightier than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear. So John said, look, I'll baptize you with water, but he that cometh after me, right, is mightier. It says, he shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost, the Spirit, man, and with fire. That's how we baptize today, with the Spirit. You come up here, you come up to camp, we break down the truth to you, we give you the Spirit, we baptize you. You know, then you got to run off with that, continue to keep the faith and put up the good fight, like Paul said, to the end, you know. It says, and with fire, whose fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor and gather his wheat into the gardener, but he will burn up the chef with unquenchable fire. And that goes to what we say. We're going to close the door on those that don't want to be baptized with the Holy Spirit and fire, and they ain't going to get in, and then he going to destroy them with the fire. It's like he's going to destroy them with the fire. You know what I mean? But us that are, you know, he's going to save us, you know? Now, let me go back to because I had a precept for that. Back in Matthew 25, I had some more on that. Matthew 25, I want to jump back to verse 10. It says, no, verse 9, it says, but the wise answer saying, not so, lest there be enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy yourself. So this is the parable of the 10 virgins, 5 that had oil, 5 that didn't, right? It says, and while they went out to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Close that door. They that was ready, you got to be ready, man. How you going to be ready? By following the Lord, building up your spirit, man. That spiritual bait. You got to be ready for when the Lord comes. So you're going to have people coming, trying to come in at the end, doing the famine of the word, trying to look to and fro through the earth so they can come in, but they ain't going to be able to find it. They ain't going to be able to come in because the Lord's going to close that door on them. It says, the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. It says, watch therefore, be a watchman, right? For ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of the Man cometh. You don't know the day or the hour, man. So you got to be out here working. Like we come out here every week because we don't know if next week going to be the last week. Now we know through the precepts there's still some prophecies that have to be fulfilled through the prophecies of the Bible. But you don't know if in a month, that thing can happen fast. It can happen in 2 months, it can happen in 3 months, it can happen in a year. You don't know, so you got to constantly be going, just like Paul was. You got to constantly be in the truth. You got to be steadfast in the truth, you know what I mean? Adoring sound doctrine, you know what I mean? Because you don't know when the Lord going to pop up and say, look, y'all already come. You could be ready and doing the work, but then when the Lord comes, you just slacked and let off. And you got lukewarm going to Revelations chapter 3, you got lukewarm, you slack and let off. When the Lord came and you said, look at all this work I did though, Lord. But the Lord said, you're not ready right now, though. And then that's it. He take those who ready, he come get everybody that's ready and leave you. Then you done. You got to know.
Matthew 10, verse 33. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. Right there. Yeah, right there.
So he said, he that should deny me. If you deny the Lord going to close that door on you. He going to deny you to the Father. And how do you deny the Lord? You don't just deny the Lord by saying, I deny you, Lord. Because you don't just accept the Lord by saying, I accept you, Lord. You have to have works with faith, man. Works along with faith. Go to, follow his law, statutes, and commandments. So the question is how do you deny the Lord then? By not following his law, statutes, and commandments. Where do you find the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments? In the Bible. So how do you follow the Lord? If you deny the Lord, man, that's because you don't want to follow. Just like this example that the brother was giving. You know, that's a form of denying the Lord. When the Lord reach out through a brother to tell you, look, you're going out by eating that pork, and you say, man, I ain't trying to hear that. I already know that, and then you continue to go be wicked, that's you denying the Lord. That's the Lord crying out for you and you not hearing him. So guess what the Lord gonna do? He gonna shut that door. He gonna close that door. He ain't gonna hear you, and he gonna deny you. Yahweh Shai gonna deny you to his Father. And that's the worst thing, man. Because Yahweh Shai is there as a mediator for us to the Father. So you want Yahweh Shai to go back to the Father and see good things about you. He was working. Yeah, he was on the highway. The angel reported back. He was down there on the highways and byways, you know what I mean? Bringing out the truth, you know, pouring his spirit into it. He was putting up the videos. We got a lot of prayers for him. You know what I mean? He was trying to follow the laws to the best of his abilities. That's what you want him to go back and say to the Father. The Father gonna say, okay, what has he done for me? Right? Then Yahweh Shai gonna say he did this, and did that. You don't want Yahweh Shai to go and say he wicked, he destroyed. I know him not. Yeah. I don't even know him. He's not familiar. I never see him doing no work, none of that.
Yeah. You want Yahweh Shai to put in a good letter of recommendation for you. Real though. You want a good letter of recommendation, man.
That's for real though. You got that?
Yeah, this James 2 verse 14. What doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and have not works? Can faith save him?
Yeah, and we can leave it right there, but it's like, can faith save you? It says, what does it profit if a man say he has faith but not works? You gotta have faith with works. Faith and works go hand in hand. You know, now that's what the pork chop eating pastor say. Just gotta have faith. Right. No, but you gotta have works too. Yeah, and you can't say you got faith without works, and you can't say you got works without faith. It goes hand in hand. You gotta have both, man. Did Paul have works, or did he just say I got faith? No, Paul actually went out there and did works. Did the Lord himself, Yahweh Shai, did he have just faith, or did he have works? If it was just have faith, then the Bible to read in Matthew, the Lord just, you know, he continued to live regular life and he just believed in his Father. It don't say that. He actually was out there doing works, man. So you have to have, and he's the perfect example, right? So you have to have works and faith. And you can say to a mountain, can you move a mountain just with faith? No, you gotta put works in it. You gotta have works and faith. Did Moses lead the Israelites out of Egypt with just faith? No, he had works and faith. He had to teach a lot. He had to deal with a lot. He had to go up on the mountain, man. 40 days. He had to, if I'm correct about that, but he had to, he went through a lot, man. He had to go back and forth with Pharaoh. He had to get the Israelites together. You know what I mean? He had to deny his spot in the Pharaoh's kingdom and say he'd rather suffer with his people. He went through a lot, man. Paul went through a lot. Paul got beat almost to death, got imprisoned, got accused, falsely accused. Those are works, man. Yeah. You know?
Physical actions.
Yeah. Yeah. This is Romans chapter 3. It says, what advantage then has the Jew, or what profit is there of the circumcision? So like you just said in James chapter 3, what profit, right? It says, much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God. It says, for what if some did not believe? Should their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? So what if you don't believe? Should that make the faith of God without effect? It says, God forbid, let God be true and every man a liar, as it is written. So you have to come out the Bible, as it is written. You can't go off your own heart and say, I believe that woman is God. Where's that written in the Bible? That's wicked in the Bible. The whole Queen of Heaven thing, I believe that's in the book of Jeremiah. That was wickedness. You know what I mean? So you can't say I believe in Santa Claus. Where does it say that in the Bible? Where does it say worship Santa Claus every year on the 25th in the Bible? You see what I'm saying? So you have to go as it is written. You know? Now we understand that it's a translation and it goes back to Hebrew. So the Lord's name ain't Jesus. He actually has a Hebrew name. You gotta have some discernment too. It says that thou mightest be justified in thy sins and mightest overcome when thou art judged. We testify in our sins because we can read it out the Bible. Just like when that brother was eating the pork. and he said what he said to the brother and said, you going off, he was justifying as in his sayings as it is written, because he went to the Bible to say, look, it's written. This ain't coming just from me, bro. This is written down here. You see what I'm saying? So cook on that a little bit.
Yeah, like he was saying, you gotta have that spiritual discernment. But then again, you know, like I was saying earlier, it don't. A lot of brothers, they know. You know what I'm saying? Like if they don't know a lot, they know some. You know what I'm saying? So they still gonna go off their feelings and gonna do what they want to do. You know what I mean? Because you know we can't see judgment right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now he good, he healthy, and everything seems like it's gonna be okay. It might look like he gonna get old and you know die of old age. Maybe I mean that might be it. But you know you just never know. You know what I'm saying? And you just can't tempt the Lord like that. You know, just because you good right now don't mean. I mean the Lord can plague you tomorrow, right? I could be healthy right now. I'm healthy. I'm standing. I'm talking. I look in good health, and then find out tomorrow I got 2 months to live. You know what I'm saying? And it could be simply because I'm not following the law, statutes, and commandments, and I'm trying to follow my own ways. So, and that's what a lot of people be dealing with.
Yeah, and he just can't say he's innocent. Whoever perished be innocent. He can't say he's innocent. So if something happened, that time come, he can't go to the Lord and say I was innocent, because the Lord gonna say, remember when this happened? You were warned, and you shitted on it. Period. You know? And yeah, correction, Moses, yeah, he was on Mount Sinai for 40 days and 40 nights. Sometimes I get it mixed up, but I believe him and the Lord went through that same thing, the 40 days and 40 night thing. So this is ended off right here, Revelations chapter 20, precept. Let me see down at the bottom. Verse 11. It says, I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open, the books of life, right? It says, and another book was open, which is the book of life. It says, and the dead were judged out of those things which are written in the books, according to their works. You gotta have faith works, man. Whoever told you that you could just sin and do whatever you want, you ain't gotta follow law, statutes, commandments, they lied to you, man. It says, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it. Now I'm reading this like it said in Romans 3, as it is written, right? And death and hell were delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works. They were judged, every man according to their works.
Good and bad.
And the death and hell were cast in the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. You only get saved if your name in that book of life, man. And the only way your name gonna get written in that book of life is by your works and faith. Faith and works together. So you gotta have faith and works together, man. And that's just what it is, you know. So the Lord getting ready to close that door, man. You hearing the warnings. Don't look at it as we telling you this. Look at it as the Lord is telling you this. If you watch the video, He's crying through us to you, to tell you, you know, the Lord's about to get ready to destroy America. Ain't gonna be no more just freely walking around America. This place gonna be a war zone, a lake of fire. You know what I mean? And He's coming back to save the remnant of the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, or the true Israelites. He's coming back to save his people, but only a remnant. On the other ones, he's going to close that door on. So this is Big Camp. Close that door. That we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders. Be blessed to all the brothers and sisters.
Shalom.